Morning out there in Raiderville, man. So I was watching the John Gruden interview he put on yesterday, and I don't know about you, but I heard some things that were pretty concerning to me. Number one, PJ and Jelly are both injured. So he said we got wrecked in that Rams game. So he's looking at Tank Carradine. Now, if we lose both defensive tackles on a push up the middle and we lose Khalil Mack, this is not bode good for us, guys. And I don't know if it is about time to start looking at the free agent market, but I know, for example, right now, we might want to take a look and get a jump and get some people visiting. Notably, defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins. He was fresh off of a contract. I think it was like 3 years, $27 million. He's one of the most notable available free agents right now, and he is a pure defensive tackle. Now, I know there was rumors of him maybe going to see the Browns and also San Diego. Now, if he goes to San Diego, he's in a division, I just don't see where we're going to make a lot of distance with Tank Carradine if that's our option. If Jelly's out and PJ's out, now PJ had some serious push, plus he had blocking skills, ball blocking skills. So if he's hurt, if they're both hurt and it's ankle injuries, I mean, we're going to have to see what's going on with that, obviously, to be able to make a deeper assessment as to, what's going to happen or how long they're going to be out. But right now, it's a little bit of a concern when you have your middle push pretty much almost gone. And now we're out a long snapper as well. So, credit to our tight end, man. I've always liked this guy anyway, but for stepping in and just literally taking one for the team, doing his best. But, I don't know, is John Kondo still out there? Sometimes I wonder if we fixed things that weren't broken. Like, I always liked John Kondo. He was like Mr. Reliable when it came to long snapping. And I'm not sure why we got rid of him. I'd have to go back, but I don't recall any major errors on his part as far as muffed, delivery of the ball or anything like that. But I just don't know. I'll defer to others who might be more in tune with that. But I don't know, is John Kondo still available out there? If he's retired or, not in football shape and, gone on with life and family, I'm not sure. But obviously the kicking game is important. It's not something we can play with. We have a new situation at kicker. Nugent is, holding his own. But, we have to get the best supporting cast out there for our kicking game. So I'm a little concerned about that as well. He also didn't commit as to the extent of Carr's ankle. And I'd have to go back and look and see if his foot actually is the same foot that got injured, in that terrible injury. But that's not something we want to see, obviously. So my thoughts this morning are, I'm a little bit concerned. Is it time? Do we have to get aggressive and hit the open free agent market and maybe look at letting go of some of that money if say somebody like Jonathan Hankins is available? And from what I understand, he they just didn't want to pay that kind of money, so they let him go. That doesn't mean that he's not a possible good fit. If we need somebody, we need somebody who can step in, knows the game, and can take over that push in the middle. Now they didn't give him 3 years, 27 million initially because he was bad. So just kind of look up this guy, watch some of his film, man. Big body boy, and so he'd been eating his donuts. But yeah, PJ Hall, man, I really like that guy. I like Tank Carradine, but I don't think he's good against the ones. You know, I think he's great against the twos. But man, when you need somebody to get that middle pass rush, I just don't see that. I see he's a grinder. I see he's a baller. I see he's got a lot of heart. But at the end of the day, you've got to get that push. You've got to force those passes to come out early, or get the sack, or get outside pressure. You know, you've got to. You are trying to reduce the amount of available time that a passer has to complete his assignment. That's it. That is your job. Whether that's a pressure or a sack or whatever it is, that's what you're supposed to be out there doing. So, so I'm a little bit concerned, man. I'm wondering what you guys' thoughts are on that. But that came to light, that we're hurting on a long snapper. We're definitely hurting on the our defensive tackle end of things. On two of them, that's not good. And we're on a short week. We've got a lot of holes we've got to fill. So, you know, keep your eyes wide open. You know, understand the situation that we're looking at, because it could be influencing a lot of conversations that we are going to have in the near future on some of these games that should be going our way otherwise. So those are just my thoughts today, man. I'm not trying to just create content for the sake of, but that's something that I think is worth our attention. And we better really pay close attention to what's going on with Carr and that ankle, because the fact that he did not eliminate the question and say, oh, he's fine, and he says we're still looking at it a day into it, I'm going to pay attention to that one pretty closely, because this season could go sideways pretty quickly at this point. So everybody, let's cross our fingers, send out love to all our fallen Raiders right now, and yeah, let's just keep our eyes wide open, man, because things could get interesting, and not necessarily in a good way in the near future. All right, man. One love, Raider Nation. I'm out.